What is up, trainers? It's Rickstar again with another Regulation G VGC team. And I just want to say for a quick little second, because I'm full of hype and it was literally 1 o'clock in the morning, VGC is going to be moved to Pokemon Champions. Now, if you guys recall, I made that video a couple months ago thinking that that's the move that they were going to make. And sure enough, they made it. So the great thing is a lot of these videos that are coming out, at least like the guides on the certain Pokemon, the spreads and stuff, this is going to be relevant information. But without further ado, let's talk about Hoopa-Unbound. So Hoopa-Unbound is a psychic and dark Pokemon. Out of all the mythicals, I feel like this is pretty much one of the better ones in a sense, because it does have actual legendary stats. Most mythicals will usually round out about 600 base stat total. So does Hoopa's regular form, but Hoopa-Unbound is 680. And so I think that's really good there. So what I decided to do with this Hoopa set is, you know, I wanted to build a Groudon team to kind of pair it, because Hoopa is one of the few Pokemon to actually get gravity. And so pretty much what I figured is Hoopa has a base 160 attack and a base 170 special attack, a base 130 SPDEF. 60 defenses is pretty darn low, so I decided to kind of use this almost like a glass cannon of sorts with a little bit of utility and gravity. And Hyperspace Fury is pretty much its signature move. And the cool thing about Hyperspace Fury is this was legit like the original Urshifu in a sense, because Hoopa's Unbound, it breaks this move breaks protect. It breaks protect. This is really good to have against Pokemon like Indeedee, Calyrex Shadow, Cali Ice even, you know. Stellar Terra, Helping Hand boost, you just one-shot the Cali Ice, you know. And that's pretty good there. We got Gravity here. Gravity, if you guys saw the other video, we had Sandy Shocks with Gravity for the Darkrai team. Gravity, it's going to make all flying Pokemon hit the ground, and essentially it's going to make low accuracy moves easier to hit. So we got Gravity. And what that's going to do is that's going to kind of pair with Groudon's Precipice Blades. We got Psychic, and this is just going to be strong single target damage in general. You always got to have Protect on these Pokemon, especially when you play VGC, just because you want to kind of scout for that little bit of information on if your opponent was going to do this, or if you had the block of Blood Moon, things of that nature. Focus Sash, I feel like was one of the better items that I could have went. I could have went Covert Cloak on this thing, but it didn't really fit too well in our team testing. Stellar Terra is also really good, because essentially what we're going to do is we're going to be able to give it that extra damage boost for all, at least for Hyperspace Fury and Psychic. You know, we're going to get that extra little bit of burst damage when it comes to the two typings there. We got Whimsicott on this team as well. So what I like to do with Whimsicott is, you know, standard Covert Cloak here. Moonblast, just to have a attacking, you know, attack way, you know, break sash and stuff. We have Encore, Tailwind, Helping Hand. Helping Hand is going to be really nice and boosting some of our powerhouses pretty well. Prankster is going to be good. Essentially all stats was going to have priority. Dark types are immune. Also, Pokemon that are in Psychic Terrain are also going to be immune. So it's kind of hard to, if let's say we fought an Indeedee, you know, essentially the Whimsicott would have a hard time a little bit, but that's all we have in Incineroar on the team here. So that's going to be really good to have. Tailwind, Helping Hand, Covert Cloak. Essentially, if we get faked out, we're just going to be cool. But the other thing is let's see. Terra Water. I feel like that's just the general round Terra to go, especially if you had something like a Cali Ice. Groudon is also going to be really good. You know, this team could be relevant in Champions as well, because essentially this Groudon would be able just to be Primal Groudon. But this is just regular Groudon, so we're going to go with a Clear Amulet set. Drought's going to be good here, because it's going to be able to boost our Heat Crash and things of that nature. Let's see. We got Bulk Up, Precipice Blades. Heat Crash is going to be really good, because Heat Crash, essentially, the more heavier you are than the user, it's just going to, like, essentially everything's going to be getting hit at 120 base power with Fire Terra. So we have that. We have Protect, you know, scout things out. This is going to protect us from the Incineroars. And I always felt like Raging Bolt was always a good option. For those players who have got Pokemon Scarlet, I feel like we kind of lucked out when that DLC came out. But this is pretty much my go-to set for Raging Bolt Life Orb set. Photosynthesis. Essentially on the sun, we're going to get our highest stat by 1.5 or 1.3. So Thunderbolt, Draco Meteor, Thunderclap, any of the Urshifus and Kyogres, essentially we're going to be able to handle them pretty well. Even in some cases, like just that priority of Thunderclap, we're going to be able to win some clutch games that way. These are the EVs here. I like to max the special attack just so we can get that boost there. I did go 60 speed here. It's going to let us win. It's going to let us win certain speed ties, especially with Tailwind, you know. So pretty much we gave it just enough speed. And Ogerpon Cornerstone here. This is going to be a really good mod here because essentially it's going to allow me to have a good form of redirection. So we're going to be able to follow me, and guess what? Amoonguss's Spore ain't going to put us to sleep. So like I feel like Ogerpon Cornerstone is going to be really valuable in that aspect. Ivy Cudgel Rock, because we have the Rock Mask here, is going to be good and hitting things like Incin or Calyrex Ice. Power Whip is also a niche pick. It doesn't have an additional effect at all, but 120 base power, 85% accurate. If Gravity from Hoopa is in play, that essentially becomes over 100% accurate move. So Hoopa essentially benefits Groudon and Ogerpon there. Spiky Shield is just another form of protect. This is going to be good because usually when I have my Koraidon matchups, Spiky Shield always helps out a lot. And then we have Incineroar. So this Incineroar is a set that I stand by. The people on my server, we dubbed this Mega Incineroar. Flare Blitz, Knockoff, U-Turn, Fake Out, Intimidate, Assault Vest. This is pretty much the Swiss Army knife of VGC. So I recommend that you use this set here and it'll literally speak for itself. But yeah, this is pretty much the team here. But you know, I hope everyone enjoys the Rental Toad team. Enjoy the rental. I want you guys to transition with me into the battlefield, and I'm going to show you how this team works. Alright, so my opponent's starting this one off strong. Annihilate and Magerna. So this is really good here. So, yeah, already we kind of know the final Gambit is on the way. And we're boosting the Defiant. Jeez, okay. I didn't think about that. Alright, so I don't know. I think what I want to do here is we can just go into the Flare Blitz on the Magerna. Steel Fairy. I feel like my opponent doesn't care about his Magerna so much, or his Annihilate so much. So we're gonna do the Fake Out. We're gonna do Gravity. Essentially, we're setting up for phase 2. You know, I want to be able to have Groudon come out, and I wanted to throw off those Precipice Blades. But it's up to the Annihilate as well. I'm hoping the final Gambit goes right into Hoopa. Close combat into the Incin. That's fair too. That's fair too. So let's see. So right here, I mean, Gravity's in play. Moves are more likely to hit for 5 turns. Ground and flying types touch the ground. So that's pretty good there. So what I want to do is, just in case Magerna's up to something, I want a Terra, and I want to hit Precipice Blades, right? But also the Annihilate, right? I want to hit the Annihilate with Psychic just in case, you know? I feel like that's the threat. Annihilate is the threat. I need to get this Annihilate down. Here we go. I wonder if Groudon even survives a close combat. Okay, my opponent got a Terrasilize as well. Jeez. Hopefully it's not the Magerna. It's the Magerna, damn it. Terra Water Magerna. Okay, I figured. See, Raging Bolt, I was thinking about bringing Raging Bolt with Thunderclap, but that would have been me doing a little too much. Focus Sash? Focus Sash kicks in. Okay, this could be huge. This could actually be huge right here. Okay. Groudon's P-Blades, there we go. Okay, this is actually better than I thought. So, Annihilate is going to go down, its defense being dropped so much. But let's see if we can't take out this Magerna. Psychic? Come on. Single target. Yo, and the crit. Yo, we got the crit. We got the crit. Okay. We're in the driver's position now. Yeah, this Magerna was kind of scary. And look, we steal the Life Orb on the way. Oh no, that's crazy. That's crazy. Don't steal, kids. Don't steal. We stole the Life Orb in the end. We took that chip. We didn't even get the power from it. That's crazy as hell. So look, now we're going to get Ogre in here for some redirection. Redirection, and also we got 100% accurate move there. Let's see. So this is some hard trick himself. So obviously my opponent is going to probably protect on the Ursaluna there. So in a way, can Groudon just kind of bulk up here? Oh, we got Sturdy in play as well. So let's see what I want to do. Precipice Blade seems free. Yeah. I'm just gonna Ivy the Cali. Yeah, okay. Yep, that's a play. That was the play. P-Blades Groudon, there we go. Of course, Ursaluna's going to be able to tank this with ease. Headlong Rush, though. Groudon holds on. Groudon holds on. That's crazy. I'm sure that EV spread is something. So now, what we're going to do is, oh, we can protect the Groudon here. I'm just gonna go ahead and Power Whip to kind of finish it off in a flashy way. But yeah, I hope you guys really do like this Hoopa team here. You know, this team does have kind of like a high skill ceiling a little bit. But like I said, in Reg J, I kind of want everyone to have fun with the Mythicals, and I thought this was the best Hoopa team that I could come up with. So hopefully you guys enjoy that rental team. Okay, Jugulus and Koraidon. A little bit of past and future representation. And what is that, booster energy? I think I remember this Jugulus. Let's see. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to take advantage of my passive opportunity for turn one. Cause I know usually Iron Jugulus is supposed to be used like as a support Pokemon for the most part. You don't normally see it used for damage too much, unless they're going for like Hurricane sets and Rain. So I'm expecting my opponent to try to get up his Tailwind or something like that. But who gets Terrasilize? Koraidon. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That is extremely fair. I definitely had Psychic mapped out in my head to use against Koraidon. So Tailwind's in play. Nice. So he blocked the Flare Blitz, which is huge. This is huge. Bulk up, baby. Bulk up. Okay, let's see. So now I can afford to switch Hoopa out, right? But I don't really know if I want to or not. I mean, you got Koraidon, Jugulus. I don't know all Koraidon's moves. Yeah, I figure I'll switch here, right? The Ensign's gonna... I mean, let's see. Koraidon probably has Clear Amulet, though, right? Yeah, Clear Amulet. Not the Collision Course. That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. Can Groudon pick it back up? Groudon, yo, my boy! My boy! My boy Groudon! My boy Groudon really carried that turn. I'm locked in now. Good deal, bro. Good deal. That's the only way I want my people. Come locked in or not at all. That's the only way we can play. We gotta test each other. My opponent used their Terror already. So what I'm gonna do here is I wanna see if I can't take advantage of Hoopa and go for the gravity and put that Iron Jugulus back on the ground where it was born and, you know, kind of set up for the next turn. But this Terra Fire, Sun Boosted Fire Punch, we're gonna see if they can't do something. Hoopa's gonna be put to sleep, unfortunately. But can Groudon clean up? Can you clean this up, Groudon? +1, Sun Boosted. Nice, Groudon. Like, I don't know, I feel like Groudon's kind of one of those Pokemon that kind of gets out of hand pretty quickly. And that's kind of why I'm itching for champions so bad, because like I just want to use the primal again. Granted, I want it to be a little more balanced, but I want to use the primals again. Another turn of Tailwind. Hoopa wakes up! Yo! Hoopa for Reg J. Hoopa wakes up. That was nuts. That was so nuts. Oh my gosh. My boy Hoopa wakes up. And I'm writing that down, Vic. I said, is you like I heard you say mandatory sleep turns the other day? And I was like, but doesn't a turn 1 sleep exist? Like to wake up? Oh man. This is gonna be something important. Let's see. Tailwind, okay. We're still on this though. Hoopa's still in the game. Hoopa's still in play. Okay, Life Orb chip, huge. Psychic, baby. That's some good damage. We're gonna bring in our boy, Ogre Pawn. This is the only way I like to battle. Head to head. Okay, let's see. Okay, Snarl. Snarl makes sense. A little bit of chip damage. Ogre, let's go! Yo! Ogre does the dance. More Life Orb chip. More Life Orb chip. We need that. We need that. Nice. Nice. And look, we finish it off beautifully with Hoopa, with the Hyper Space Fury. We're focused, Sash, my friend. Look at Hoopa being the legendary that it is. Finish it off, baby. Hyperspace Fury. Look at that animation. Oh, yeah. Hoopa for Reg J. Hoopa was supporting Groudon pretty well. I didn't get a good opportunity to go for it. Look, we even stole the Life Orb. We ran his pockets before we fainted. We ran his pockets before he fainted. I say, give me that Life Orb. Man, okay, Hoopa, I see you. All right, so we're gonna use the Hoopa team here against another set. So we got Diancie and we got Ensign in this round versus my Hoopa and Whimsicott strat. So let's see what's going on. Let's see how we want to do this one here. So the cool thing is, let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to Tailwind here. I want to get Tailwind up. And I want to protect. He may think that I have a Covert Cloak here. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, this is our play here. Tailwind's up. Tailwind's in play. Now my opponent is hard Trick Room. And I didn't expect him to go for it. But that's okay though, that's okay. Because right here we can essentially have Diancie. We can have Diancie go for a Encore there. Let's see. I hope it doesn't do too much against Incineroar here. Let's get Groudon in. Now I'm kind of hoping like the Whimsicott goes down here. Okay, so Trick Room is back. Turned it right off. That would have been nuts. It's a lot of switching around. It's a lot of switching around right now. Okay, down to withdrawn. So we're gonna go for the Raw Precipice. I want to pressure that Ursaluna and lock it down again. Because Whimsicott, it's actually very strong. And like the way you want to use Hoopa here, Hoopa's there to kind of set the gravity for Groudon to carry the match. But on top of that, it's also there to kind of like set up the gravity. Okay. See, now the cool thing is, I should have Terra'd there, but we can lock down Ensign now. The Trick Room's not even in play. Come on. I want to crack the Ursaluna in a way. Come on, Precipice Blades, come on. Did we get a high roll? Okay. That's fair. Groudon's been able to land these consecutively for some reason. Not bad. Groudon barely holds on. Go for the Precipice here. Man. Probably Ensign again. Yep. This Ensign does a good job cycling in and out. Intimidate. Clear Amulet's gonna block it though. Here we go. Moonblast. So yeah, we lose both of our physical attackers in this round here. There we go. Precipice Blades. Gonna actually hit. It kind of lagged for a second. I thought it was gonna miss. So we get a little bit of damage on our way out. So this is kind of the position we want in a sense. Incineroar already lost its bug typing or its dark typing, so now we actually can hit it with Encore. So Diancie Ensign. I can protect here. I'm gonna double protect. I want to kind of scout. Okay, my opponent's gonna withdraw. Okay. Okay. Let's see what Hoopa does here. Protect. Because even if Ogerpon does go for the spiky shield, we do hit right through it. And I think Ogerpon's faster than Hoopa. Let's see from this range. Yeah. So we're gonna hit before Ogre. So we're gonna Encore here. We're gonna go for a Terra boosted Hyperspace Fury into the Ogerpon slot. I'd say it's a really good move. Single target, 100 base power, no accuracy check, Stellar Terra boosted. I mean, Hoopa has some like really good attack stats on the offense side. It's almost like a mixed sweeper. So let's see what we can do. Spiky shield. Okay, follow me. So he wants all of it, huh? So let's see what we're hitting at damage wise. So we're gonna Encore him and follow me. Huge. Diamond Storm. Hyperspace Fury, here we go. Let's see the damage run. Not bad. It's not bad at all. So now we at least know that we take out Ogre. I'm gonna protect right here. Okay, so Ogerpon should go down right here. And hopefully he hits the Diamond Storm back into the Hoopa slot. Perfect. So yeah, right now we're actually getting some use out of the Hoopa here in the offensive position. I don't think Diancie has too much use in this format. Maybe in Champions when we get to use Mega Diancie again. But now we got the Ensign again. Here we go. I'm gonna protect the Whimsicott. I'm gonna bring the Ogerpon in. I think we can still get some use out of the Hoopa when its attack isn't lowered. We need everything we can get. Here we go. Hopefully Fake Out was going into that slot. Okay. Yo, okay. Okay, that's fair, that's fair. So now we're gonna encore the Ensign, right? We're gonna encore the Ensign. And we're gonna go for a Power Whip. Well, we could just take out the Ensign here, right? Yeah, encore. Ivy Cudgel. Yeah. Yeah, we were able to break the Incineroar down. Ogerpon's just dodging this. And Whimsicott survived. See? I feel like Diancie really needs his Mega Form to really do something in this format. And see, there is a tech here that I want to try. So this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Twisted Dimensions return back to normal. And it kept going for Diamond Storm, so we're gonna encore into Diamond Storm so it can't Trick Room. And we're gonna just Spiky Shield here. Pretty much what my line is I want to get Hoopa back out, and I want to go for a Gravity and a Power Whip to finish this battle off. Because remember, Power Whip is gonna be boosted accuracy. I need Whimsicott to go down. Nice. Like I said, we really got a lot of use out of Whimsicott with Hoopa. Here we go. So now, Gravity's in play. Let's see. Well, actually, Oh, we might as well just hit it twice. Yep, Power Whip, there we go. Super effective. There goes the Terra Boosted Psychic. Stellar Terra Boost. And that's enough. That's enough. Like I said, don't sleep on Hoopa when it comes to its offensive prowess. GG's for Hoopa. Alright, trainers, so we're going to be running this Hoopa team that we just created. So, I kind of hope the guide did a good job kind of explaining the core strengths of this team and what we want to do as our game plan. So, off the cuff, I kind of see my opponent has that Rillaboom, which would be problematic because Grassy Surge does weaken ground type attacks by 50%. So I'm gonna start Hoopa, and let's see. I think Ogrepun's a good candidate, and Ensign. So yeah, let's see. Ogre, boom boom. I'll have Groudon on the back, and well, Hoopa, yeah, Hoopa Groudon. Oh, let's do this. Hoopa Ensign. Boom. Yeah, we're running just like this. Yeah, we'll see if the Hoopa can't pop off here. My opponent's using Keldeo as his mythical, which is nice. Okay, so Torn and Keldeo. Okay, so essentially it's like Urshifu in a sense, you know, fighting water, stuff like that, but it's more on the special attacking side. So right off the cuff, what I want to do is, I think I can afford to hit the Keldeo with Psychic, just, you know. Because I know Keldeo does have Justified. So let's actually do this. Hyperspace Fury. Onto the Torn. And we'll fake out the Keldeo. That's what we'll do. Hyperspace Fury onto the Torn. Because with the Stellar Terror, I mean, we're going to be able to do more damage. The only downside to that play is that Hoopa's going to lose a little bit of its physical defense. But the trade-off is that we can hit through even Protect with that move. So yeah, it's pretty much unblockable. It doesn't even do accuracy checks. Okay, so Keldeo gonna get withdrawn here. Let's see what my opponent's play is. Okay, he brought Mewtwo out. Could you imagine if I attacked it to the slot? Okay. So let's see what Torn does. That's what I'm more interested in. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Terastallization here. I'm gonna be able to get that adaptability boost here for using the Terra. Yeah, Stellar Terror, it just really suits Hoopa well. So let's see what we're going to be able to do here. I want to see what the damage is looking at. Fake out the Mewtwo. Okay, yeah, Torn goes for Rain Dance, okay. Okay, there's a Hyperspace Fury. Stellar Terror boosted. Let's see what the damage is like. Yeah, okay, yeah, Hoopa has the damage to one shot. Hoopa definitely has the damage for one shot. Okay, so now Torn's gone, which is really good for us here, because now they can't get the rain back up. So essentially, because Groudon's in the back, we pretty much, in a way, could win right from this position. I'm gonna Psychic the Keldeo. Oh, Let's do this. We'll bring Groudon in, right? Well, I mean, we still got Focus Sash in play. So yeah, we're gonna go for the Gravity here. Yeah. Yup. That's the play. So we're gonna go for the Gravity and we're gonna bring out Rock Pond. I think I see the line to win. My opponent gonna go for the Terra. So I'm going for Gravity. I'm kind of using Ogrepun's here for that redirection. Terra Water, okay. And you know, with Gravity, it's gonna be really nice because it's even gonna boost Power Whip accuracy. So let's see what happens here. Oh, Muddy Water. Okay. So is he trying to take out my Hoopa? Ooh, dude, that was so strong. That was so strong. Man, okay, yeah, I maybe I should have brought Groudon in. Jeez. so Hoopa goes down here. That was a misplay on my end. We got Groudon in play. Here we go. So we're gonna get Precipice Blades off. I'm gonna Power Whip the Keldeo. Oh, Keldeo gonna get withdrawn. Okay. Oh. Okay, I see what's happening here. Oh no. If we had Gravity, we would have been cooking there. Now Friend Guard's gonna be in play here. Very powerful. So we're gonna hit the Clef. Nice damage for Groudon. See if Groudon can't do it. Normally we run an AV Groudon, but Clear Amulet, I don't know, it just feels a lot more better in this format for Reg J. So yeah, we're gonna go for the Precipice Blades again. And honestly, we could just knock off the Mewtwo. Probably gonna get Follow Me, but it's a good play. So let's see how this goes down. Mewtwo gonna go for a passive Protect, okay. Probably Scout and a Fake Out. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Can Groudon take out Clef? Nice, okay, so Clefairy drops. So this is kind of good because Keldeo's gonna come back in. And now it's gonna have to deal with the Sun, I meant. Granted, we are extremely weak to that Muddy Water or Hydro Pump, but we're gonna see what we can do here. We should be able to shake it out. You just gotta be swift in it. Gonna protect the Groudon. Well, now we need Keldeo done now. Yeah. Yeah, we'll knock. Muddy Water. This is Sun reduced. Yeah, Justified is crazy. Choice Specs though, that kind of explains that damage from earlier. Instant just holds on, that's crazy. And the Earth Power from the Mewtwo is going to seal the deal. Alright, so we're going to see if we can't make an adjustment here with the way we set up our Hoopa.